Rolling with the Rileys, yeah, we hit the road. Family on the move, yeah, adventure mode. Campfires, bikes, yeah, you know the vibe. Rolling with the Rileys, come along for the ride.
Welcome to Rolling with the Rileys.
All right, welcome to Rolling with the Rileys. I'm Neil. This is Latavia. Now, I just wanted to introduce ourselves. So we also have two kids, CJ and Kason. So our channel features a family of 4 adventuring around the U.S. and sometimes we actually go abroad. So thank you for joining us. And today we're going to talk about our 1 year of doing YouTube and RV camping. So for those that are new here, we do RV camping with a travel trailer. We have a Keystone Bullet and we pull it with a Dodge Ram. We've been traveling around the U.S. and actually we did a cruise. We did a cruise as well. We did all that last year. And we're going to talk about, what we like, what we didn't like for this whole year, the process of, doing YouTube and travel. And we're going to talk about, because if you have noticed, our channel has grown a lot in this last year. And with that growth comes a lot of different challenges and a lot of new things that we have to, deal with. So we're going to start off with our campground experience. We've done quite a few campgrounds last year. There's a few that we like. There's some we love. And there's some we were like, So I'm going to start off with, we started off with our first adventure with YouTube and Travel Channel was Jellystone in Cave City, Kentucky. I'm going to let my wife start and, tell what she likes, because she likes it. I didn't like it. But I'm going to let her tell her experience, and then I'm going to go by my experience.
So with Cave City, the park itself, I enjoyed the park. It had a lot of stuff for the kids to do. They have different programs each day. We went during, I want to say spring break, so they had different little things for the kids to do each day, from bingo to arts and crafts to I think they even did like scavenger hunts at the park. So it was just a lot of little different programs built into the park for the kids to do, along with they had 3 or 4 different playgrounds. They had the jumpy pillow. The boys loved the pedal bike. Pedal bikes. They love those. I think we enjoyed them too. Yeah. So, in terms of things to do at the campground, it was nice. We didn't get to enjoy any of the like the pool, the beach,
the water amenities.
The water, because of the time of year that we visited. But, nonetheless, we were able to enjoy the different things that they had there outside of the different water activities. Those are the things that I liked. The one thing that I would say that I didn't care for was this particular campground was very hilly. It had a lot of hills. And at the time, our youngest, he had just kind of started getting the flow of riding a bike.
He's still on training wheels.
So it was kind of scary to see him, is he going to stop in time? Just worrying about him riding on those hills. They had some areas that didn't have a lot of hills, but the area where our camper was parked, it was in a very hilly area. So that was my take on it.
So with Cave City, she just touched on it. It was very hilly. So I get it. It's mountainous terrain. So I get that. And the spot we were given, because we didn't pay the reservation fee, we were given it was almost on a hill. It's kind of like this. So we had to level our camper by using blocks and all that, which is not, it's not something new. However, a lot of blocks, it was really, really high to get up in there. And on top of that, I made the error of putting it on blocks, and the camper kind of fell off of the blocks, and one of the tires fell on one of the blocks and caused a blowout when we was coming back home. And that's on me. But because I had them on them blocks and all that stuff, and I had to put so many blocks to get it up in the sky to make it level, that's one of the things. Another thing was, they can't control this, but I'm going to speak on it. It was during kind of like a monsoon, like they had a natural disaster, basically. It flooded. And in that flood period, it was a lot of water. I mean, it's a lot of erosion that was happening and all that, all on the campsite. And so when the rain finally stopped, the bees came out.
Yeah.
There were a lot of, they call them carpenter bees.
Yeah.
There was a lot of bees. We had to call and have them come spray for bees. I know we're out in nature, and I know there's animals in nature. I get that. But these bees were like, we're in their territory, you need to leave, type of thing. And I'm not allergic to bees. My wife is not. But I don't know if the kids are, because they've never been stung. So I didn't want to have to deal with that in Kentucky. After Jellystone, where did we go?
After Jellystone, we went to Emerich Lake.
We did go to Emerich Lake. So we booked Emerich Lake during one of the RV shows. So everything we talk about, you're going to see the videos on YouTube. So Emerich Lake, we booked that during the RV show. We went there, and what got me to book that one during the RV show is they had a gun range or a shooting range. Emerich Lake was an old Boy Scout camp. So they have a shooting range and all that stuff. So it was in April or something. They didn't tell us until like days before that they may or may not open the range. To our surprise, they didn't open it. So the range wasn't open. So we booked it because of that. Also, the water amenities was not open. They got pools and all that other stuff, swim up bars. None of that stuff was open because it was April. It was kind of still, we're in the north, or the Midwest.
That's the beauty of camping in the Midwest.
Yeah. So it was April and it was still kind of cold. It may have not been snowing, but 40 and 50 degrees is still cold for water activities. So we got there and we had a buddy site. That was the first time. So my brother-in-law, her brother, he also has a camper. We all came together. So two people, we got a buddy site, and with the buddy site, everything is in the center. You have your fire pit and your picnic table and all of that. Well, on the buddy site, two campers are facing the front doors are facing each other, and the fire pits and the picnic table are all in the center of those. That's what buddy site. So we got one of those. First time ever getting one of those, which was pretty cool. Now, I liked Emerich Lake because Emerich Lake it was a lake. We was able to drive around. We was able to experience the wilderness without the animals. Basically, I'm not afraid of animals, but we was able to experience without the animals. And I have RCs and all that stuff, and we was able to drive the RCs around some of the rocks and some of the sand and all the other stuff. Oh yeah, they did have a beach that was also closed. Mm-hmm. So they had all of that. So I liked them. And throughout that whole camping trip, it was able to get what's those things called? Golf cart. Mm-hmm. They gave us a golf cart at a discounted rate. Because her mom came. My mother-in-law came. That was the first time she probably ever been in the camper, and she came. And she was there, so we was able to, let her ride around in the camper and explore as well as us explore as well. We got e-bikes and all that stuff, so we was out exploring and just having a blast. And that was the first time I felt like we was actually camping as far as like RV camping, because we was able to do things and explore and do other things. We didn't have to leave the site to go get stuff and all that stuff. We kind of came prepared. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Emerich Lake was cool. We actually did that Easter. So, Again, we encountered, activities for the kids. That's one of the things as a parent with younger children, looking at campgrounds that actually offers like some type of programming for the kids. The playgrounds are awesome and amazing, the different things that they have there. But then that extra programming just gives the kids a little bit of something else to do, especially when it's like an arts and craft, because they can bring something home from the experience. For Easter, their lineup was like arts and crafts. They had a snack making station where they can go in and make s'mores. They also had a Easter egg hunt, which was pretty cool, and they set it up where different age groups had different times, and you would go and then the kids would do their Easter egg hunt. So that was really cool. The playgrounds was nice. I would say that was a big park. Emerich Lake is a pretty big campground, which is really cool because especially with like the e-bikes and just, you know, getting out walking or going for a run, you have plenty of things to see. And like you said, the nature, you know, we got to enjoy a little bit of nature, and, you know, the lake was awesome as well.
Exactly.
And they had like a path around the lake that we got to explore and really enjoy. So Emerich Lake was a good one. My only issue with, well, not even with Emerich Lake, was it was the time of year that we went. If we go back, I would like to go a little bit later in the season just so I can enjoy some of the water amenities and then just enjoy a little bit more of that nature that they offer there. So that would be my thing.
That's one of the places that I would love to go back to. So the next campground we went to was it was Crazy Horse. So we went to Crazy Horse around Mother's Day. That's the one where we were we made all these videos and things of that nature. But Crazy Horse was out in the middle of nowhere. But we went there, and their water facilities was actually open. So that was one of the great things about Crazy Horse. The kids got to swim in the pool. They had a little walking trail, but it was just a little minor circle, you know. They also have, there was a lake or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had a lake that we can actually go to. As far as like activities, they didn't have a lot in my eyes that I've seen at other campgrounds that we had already been to. They didn't have a lot, but what they did have was, you know, the water activities. They had some adult things that you can do. They, you know, I guess take that back. They did. They had a jumpy pillow. They had an activity center, like playground and all that stuff. The facility was not as large as some of the ones we used to go into, but it was, you know, it was secluded. Yeah, we had to go get some things from the store, and the closest store was miles away. But I got on the e-bike and I was able to do it, and I did that trip like 4 or 5 times on the e-bike, and that was fine. I stretched the e-bike out on that one. That was something you'll see in the video. Today's video is brought to you by CarPod Go, a CarPlay screen, 60 frames per second, 8.9-inch screen here. It has a Linux processor, 256 gigs of RAM. It even comes with a rear camera for your car. Today I'm going to show you what it looks like in your car. Hey folks, did your car not come with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto or any kind of touchscreen like ours did? Check out CarPod Go. CarPod Go sent us this screen for us to test on our car. It's a very high def screen. It's a 2026 version. Very responsive. You click on it, it's very responsive. This is one of the best screens I've had out here. If you're looking for something that's not like a drop ship from a company, this seems like this company made this particular screen here. It has a warranty. All the options and settings are right here. Look, you see how quick this screen responds. You can change your logo on it, so when it starts up with the logo of your car. Look at that. All the car manufacturers are they're here. So I like this screen. If you're looking for one affordable screen, check out CarPod Go. Link for this will be in the description below. Back to the video. Thank you, CarPod Go, for sponsoring today's video. Back to the action. So, what do you like about it?
Yeah, so Crazy Horse is nice. They also had like a walking path. It's not as big as the other ones that we went on. It was a little smaller path, which was cool. It's also next to a river, and from what I hear, you can actually tube down that river. So you can go into town, get on the tube, and tube back to the campground. Not something we'll probably ever do, but if that's your thing, I mean, that sounds like a fun adventure for you to do. I know one of the other campers was, people that was there camping told me that they were actually going to do that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of their sites were nice size sites with the fire pit. You get the picnic table, all of that. They had bathroom facilities. They had 2 different bathroom facilities. One was just like the one connected to the pool. The other one looked like more of your, like more of a bathhouse style where you can go in with your family, and then, you know, if you got kids, you can go in there and clean them up and etc. They had 2 playgrounds, and like you said, they had a jumpy pillow, and then they also had mini golf. This was one of the first campgrounds I saw with an EV charger. So if you bring in a car with you that's electric, you know, they have an EV charger on site. And then their Mother's Day activity was really cool. It was a wine tasting.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. All different wines. I did pick up a few new wines to add to my beverage list.
Yeah.
And their camp store was pretty cool. It was a really nice camp store. They had a lot of useful stuff in there. There's a lot of toys in there too for the kiddos. So just watch out.
We appreciate everybody who watches us, everybody who comments. We appreciate each and every one of you guys, everyone who's subscribed to us. We appreciate you all. So if y'all are still rolling with it, if y'all still around right now, you know, and this video is kind of long, but if y'all still around, thank you so much. I know this is a little bit different than what we usually do, you know, camping activities and all this stuff. We just wanted to get on here and just talk to you guys, just to make sure you guys understand that we're still just normal people. We're not, if you want to talk to us, our emails is in our descriptions and stuff. So if you want to talk to us, just send us an email. We read every email you guys send. So if you send us an email and you want to talk to us, we can talk to you. And we're not unreachable. So that's all I have to say.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you so much for watching Rolling with the Rileys. Peace.